The story of the bumpy bird. Once upon a time, there was a young woman from a Ku family who, for some unknown reason, shaved her head to become a monk and traveled to the west to find her. Experiencing deep forests and dangerous mountains, as a single girl, she endured many hardships. Seeing her devotion, Shakyamuni Buddha turned into a beggar to test her heart. The beggar asked her to give her the only package of dry rice she had with her to eat to relieve her hunger. She felt sorry for the beggar and number 39's poverty, so she happily gave her entire package of dry rice. The Buddha was moved, so before saying goodbye, he gave her 4 sutras and told her that when she encountered an accident, she should recite them and she would naturally have good luck. One day, it was late afternoon, her legs were tired. She got lost in the middle of the gloomy forest. Suddenly, a dim light appeared in front of the thatched hut on the deserted side. She hurriedly walked up to the door and knocked on the door to ask for a place to stay for the night. There was a sharp sound in the tent, followed by loud laughter. Mrs. Kang was a cannibal, so when she smelled her, she quickly bared her sharp fangs and laughed, trying to swallow her alive. She then recited 4 sutras: Thien La Then, Earth La Then, Human Distress, Separation Disaster, Necessary Disaster, Transforming V Then, Namo Amitabha Buddha. Immediately, Mother Gun came in front of her in fear. But begged. Just then, there was a scream outside that shook the whole forest. That and number 39's Mrs. Kang and number 39's son coming home, and he and number 39's also addicted to meat like his mother. As soon as he entered the house, he smelled meat. When he saw her hiding in the room, his son pulled her out and tried to swallow her alive. She closed her eyes and recited the prayer. Suddenly Kong Khan felt as if his intestines were being torn apart, his arms and legs falling apart. The son begged her, then after listening to her sermon, the son wanted to atone for his many sins, so he cut out his intestines, took his heart and asked her to bring it to Buddha, then fell down and died. The next morning, she tied the heart to her luggage and headed west. After walking for 5 or 7 days, her heart smelled rotten, so she threw it into the bushes. After many days of hardship, the nun saw a light flickering before her eyes. Mai was blinded on the roof of the pure golden temple of the Buddha and number 39's land. The closer you get, the sweet scent of the west spreads along the way. Although nearly exhausted, the nun walked quickly, approaching the city of ultimate bliss. Arriving at the jade door to enter the Buddha and number 39's land, the nun was exhausted, raised her hand to knock, but the door was still tightly closed. Knocking hard, he saw a bodhisattva appear before him. Amitabha was blinded with light and asked, "Namo Amitabha is Buddha." Sentient beings thinking about Buddha travel far and wide to find the West. So, along the way, did anyone else think of Buddha? The nun then told the story of consignment to the heart. Said that Buddha and number 39's door will only open when the nun brings her promised heart to Buddha. Hearing that, the nun sobbed and said that she no longer had the strength to go back and look for the heart that had been thrown along the road. The new bodhisattva said, "If so, I will give the nun wings to fly without getting tired." Then the bodhisattva recited a sutra, and the nun immediately turned into a bird. The girl was wearing a black nun and number 39's hat, so her head turned black, Her crying eyes turned red, and her brown clothes turned into brown fur. From then on, the bird flew in search of the heart, from one grove to another, occasionally crying out and lamenting, and quat, "Poor thing! Poor thing!" and quat, but never found the object Kong Sun entrusted her to offer to the Buddha. Due to the cry of the yellow bird, people named it Quat, Bumpy Bird Quat. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.